It's about to come full circle. Garth Brooks' Anthology series reaches its conclusion with the Anthology Part VI. This is the music and the story of the comeback, the next 5 years.
The anthology idea came from watching a documentary of an artist I love, a friend of mine. I was even in the documentary, which was wild. But I noticed that everyone that spoke in the documentary, because the artist had passed, was an expert, a influencer, a reporter. We were the people that breathed in and out with the artist every day. That began the anthology series, told by hundreds of voices that were all there, every moment of every big event. If someone's going to tell my life story, that's the way I want it to be told.
It's an incredible time in Garth's life and career for him and those who love his music.
First of all, trying to put a number on anything is crazy. What number of years is your career? What number album? The truth is you're an artist. And as long as God allows you to create and the people allow you to create, then you do. So the fact that this is Anthology 6, the 6 doesn't matter. What matters about this anthology is this is kind of where it just all came together. All the dreams of a kid of playing stadiums, right? All the dreams of a new artist of playing dive bars. People say you can't have both at the same time. People have told me a lot of things I can't do in my career. And here's the thing I want to tell every artist out there. Once you step into a stadium, you can go back to arenas. You can do them all. Don't let stadiums be the end-all, be-all. Because the truth is, what a stadium brings is you paint your face. You bring your sword and your flag, and you fight for your freedom. You go into an arena, it's like putting dynamite inside a jar. And they both have very different reactions. But do not, whatever you do, do not rob yourself of the innocence of the dive bars. And that's what I think I love about Anthology 6. It has, I would say, a little bit of everything. It's got a lot of everything.
Every comeback has a story. Experience every moment, every song. Garth Brooks, Anthology Part VI. 6 discs, 60 songs. More than 150 behind-the-scenes photos. Stories, stadiums, dive bars, Las Vegas, and more. It's easy to order. Just hit the shop button on TalkShopLive or comment the word shop on Facebook or Instagram to receive a link in your DMs to purchase. Get yours today.
Anthology 6. 6 discs, 60 songs, stadiums, dive bars, Las Vegas, and music from the albums Fun and Time Traveler.
In our career, in the career of Garth Brooks, one of the things I find extremely fun, odd, comforting in that career is that you have a studio career and you have a live career. And what I love about Anthology 6 is you're going to go through those stadiums with us. There's a lot of live cuts in there from the stadium show. So you can actually hear what it's like to hear people singing louder than you are. I think if I had to describe how people take the music at our concerts, I would use the word personal. They take it very personal. And I don't know if it's because it immediately strikes a moment when they first heard it, something they went through that was kind of like their anchor song, but they're very passionate about it, and it's very personal. And what I love about Anthology 6 when it comes to the music, you're going to hear those live tracks. You're going to hear those studio cuts. You're going to hear the stories behind them. I absolutely love music. What I love about it is what it does to us. And then, unlike studio, live, you capture whatever that is it does to us on audio. I guess that's why I'll always love live more than anything else, because that's where the rubber hits the road. That's where you know if you're touching people or not.
It's also more than 150 behind-the-scenes photos and stories from Garth and others about the music and moments from the past few years.
Anytime you're talking about the complete package, I think along with audio has to be visual. So I'm a huge fan of photography, huge fan of video, because for me as a goal of an entertainer, I want to show you the life you've given me. So I want you to stand up there where I stand, the best seat in the house. I want you to hear what it's like to be in Baton Rouge while they're singing Call in Baton Rouge. And the anthology is one of my favorite things, are the pictures. We talked about Ireland. We talked about the pressure of Ireland. We talked about the size of it. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but this right here, that's how it feels. And what you are is, you're an ant on a mountain. But when 80-something thousand people all sing as one, you're the entire planet. Pretty cool. You know, we talk about challenges in here, and sometimes photography says a billion things that words can't even capture. And you take that photography and you strip it down to black and white, then it becomes critical. It becomes the emotion that you want it to be. Miss Sherwood would enter the stadium shows in the middle of the show like a boxer coming out of the corner, and the crowd would just go crazy. This will show you how cool it was, but how important and scary the moment was as well. I love the shot. I love the shot for the care in the people's eyes, the attention to detail. I know, by the way, she's about to unleash that voice on an entire stadium. And they're going to adore, love, and get louder for someone who just walked on stage than the guy sweating his ass off that had been out there 90 minutes. It hurt. It was great. It was fantastic. Where 2 become 10 is when she walks on stage. Try to understand, as an entertainer, you know it's coming. The crowd doesn't. So when you start the song, they recognize it already, and they're starting to look for her. It just goes to a whole new level. Going through that is amazing, and everything that is a blessing is a curse, because she's going to leave that stage at some point. And it's not just back to you. So that's when you're ready for, here comes Callin' Baton Rouge. Here comes Friends in Low Places. Because you understand, when Trisha Yearwood comes into a stage, she's going to leave it more elevated than when she got there. And your job as an entertainer is to not let it go back to where it was before she came out.
Every comeback has a story. Experience every moment, every song. Garth Brooks, Anthology Part VI. 6 discs, 60 songs. More than 150 behind-the-scenes photos. Stories, stadiums, dive bars, Las Vegas, and more. It's easy to order. Just hit the shop button on TalkShopLive or comment the word shop on Facebook or Instagram to receive a link in your DMs to purchase. Get yours today.
This is Anthology Part VI, where, fresh from a record-setting comeback tour, Garth takes his music to the stages of stadiums across North America, to dive bars coast to coast, navigates the challenges of an unforeseen global pandemic, and makes a triumphant return to Ireland.
All the stories are here. The journey itself is going to seem unbelievable. When I read it back, it seems unbelievable to me. But again, watch the heroes that emerge. It's a fun trip to be on, man. And people's stadiums are so different from arenas. A lot of different variances. Weather is a big one. Safety is a huge one. So as an artist, you can pull the weight in the arenas. If I'm the guy doing the most work, that makes me feel better because it's my dream. It's my love. Stadiums, I'm worried about those crew guys, those hardworking men and women out there that make the show possible. That's what I love about Anthology 6. When we talk about the stadiums, you're going to go there long before I ever get into that city. You're going to see everything that happens that nobody else sees. And then you're going to see it do it time and time and time again. Anthology 6 might be my favorite in a way that I think it pays more tribute to the people that actually are Garth Brooks rather than the one guy you see with a name. I love these men and women. We've taken the whole journey together. And it's like we always say, man, I love to put us on a ship. We're pirates. Sure, there's a code, but they're more like guidelines, right? And the main thing is to love one another and make sure that those people in the seats have the best experience that they can have. When COVID was recognized, announced, it changed everything for us. Our job is to bring people together. And at that point, the best thing was to not bring people together. So how do you unify people without bringing them together? If there's one thing on this planet that can do that, it's music. But the navigation in and out, the shutdowns, the start back ups, you wanted people to be together, but you wanted us to take care of each other as well. And in this case, sometimes the best way we could take care of each other was not to be with one another. I was very proud of how this band, this crew, worked with the stadiums to make sure that everything was at its best. But your best planning, you just can guess, is all you can do, and hopefully lead with love. I think what you're going to find out in Anthology 6 is the same thing you're going to find out in every anthology. Sometimes how hard it is to bring music to the people. It takes a lot of courage. I know that sounds silly, but once you see it in context, you'll realize how hard these people worked, how heroic their effort was to navigate through COVID, to unify us, and to see how these people got the stadium tour back on the road. And when it came back, it was better than ever. We were stunned at the reaction of the stadium tour. And even navigating through COVID, canceling shows, giving back tickets, putting tickets back on sale, it started to make its turn for the run home. Be careful what you ask for in life. We got a song called Callin' Baton Rouge. Oh, it'd be nice to sell out LSU Stadium and play Callin' Baton Rouge there. I'm getting on a plane to go to a gig when the on sale starts. When I land, I can't get a hold of anybody. I'm thinking, oh crap, something bad must have happened. They sold out LSU Stadium in under an hour. 100 and something thousand people. I don't want to give away the story. I can just tell you that the Garthquake lasted almost 3 minutes. But the greatest story about LSU, dang it, I hate to give this away. As an entertainer, you know everything. You know exactly how things feel, how they should sound. And I kept hearing some kind of distant echo after every song. When we broke down for the Friends in Low Places thing, I kept hearing this echo, and I cannot figure it out. I don't wear in-ears because I want to hear what the crowd's doing. And I can hear it as plain as day, but it's not reverberating off the stadium. So I finally asked somebody, I said, did anybody else hear this? Nobody heard it. The promoter said, I know what it is. I said, what is it? There were 1,000 people outside the stadium that just came there to tailgate. That's who was singing. And the stadium shows became better than the arena shows. Impossible, right? But you felt that close to everybody, like you could reach out and touch them. And you're sitting there going, what in the world could be the pinnacle? What could be the perfect way to wrap up the stadium show? And guess what 5 nights came back into our grasp because of COVID? Anybody that knows me has heard this 1,000 times. Sit through it again, sorry. Everything that is a blessing is a curse, and everything that is a curse is a blessing. Because COVID shut down shows in Ireland. I've never understood what it is about Ireland. But their love for Garth Brooks music stuns me every time. And this has been going on since 93, 94. But I think when you see people at family reunions that truly love one another, when you see people at funerals that truly love one another, how do they get there? They get there by going through triumphs and tragedies together. Ireland may have the greatest triumphs and the greatest tragedy for me ever. To start the comeback tour, 5 sold-out shows in Ireland was how we were going to start coming out of retirement. And when they were canceled, it was like a death in the family. But what you found is you still hugged everybody's necks. They still hugged yours. And what you realize is family goes through ups and downs. I don't think anybody was mad at anybody. I think everybody was sad about the situation. But we weathered it. But we weathered it together. And how'd we do that? Every show on the comeback tour, every show in the stadium tour, there was at least one Irish flag in the audience. They traveled to send me a message. So imagine how good it was when you got to travel to send them a thank you note. Pretty cool. Was Ireland the perfect way to end the stadium tour? Yes. If I never played music again after Ireland, would it have been enough for me? Yes. When God's the author, you never know what next page is going to be, right?
Every comeback has a story. Experience every moment, every song. Garth Brooks, Anthology Part VI. 6 discs, 60 songs. More than 150 behind-the-scenes photos, stories, stadiums, dive bars, Las Vegas, and more. It's easy to order. Just hit the shop button on TalkShopLive or comment the word shop on Facebook or Instagram to receive a link in your DMs to purchase. Get yours today.
Anthology Part VI, The Comeback, the next 5 years. It's nearly 2 years playing full houses at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas.
I think for anything to be complete, almost a circle has to be made. And for me, if you look at your career, you go, man, I would love to be one of those artists that get to play stadiums. I'm one of those artists that love to jump from bar to bar, play the small stages in front of a packed house, sweaty, hot. I got to complete that with the dive bar tour. So what's left? You kidding me? It's how it all started. The singer-songwriter. That one-on-one connection with just you and a guitar. The music and the people that allow that music to be something hopefully worth remembering. I got my chance at Caesars. And you walk into that theater, the home that Celine built, and you realize, holy cow, this is built for a singer. And so finally Garth gets his Goldilocks moment, right? He gets to do the singer-songwriter. And then he gets to do the full-on band. Whenever the crowd chooses. I loved playing at Caesars. Best gig I ever had. Greatest gig that the band and crew ever had. So the stadium tour was this massive, big monster thing. And Caesars was this really tight, but knock you out kind of thing. But here's the reason why I love them both. Because the people in the audience were the same. Nothing like a stadium where you can hear a pin drop. Nothing like a theater when it gets so loud you have to cover your ears. They do it both. Garth is a very lucky artist, very blessed, very fortunate, very lucky to have people that not only know the music, they live it and they breathe it.
A landmark appearance at the 125th anniversary of Cheyenne Frontier Days.
Cheyenne Frontier Days. That's the live event. I was lucky enough to get to play the 100th anniversary with Chris Ledoux. And guess what? In Anthology 6, we're going back there 25 years later. I got to play the 125th anniversary of Cheyenne Frontier Days with Ned Ledoux. One of the greatest moments ever. Great footage, great photographs, great stories. Again, in a country music career, that's a highlight.
Receiving the Library of Congress's Gershwin Prize for Popular Song and being saluted at the Kennedy Center Honors.
What I remember most about the Gershwin, the people that showed up to sing, I think if you can manage to stay in this business, you may get lucky and eventually they are going to put your name on an award. For me, the true awards are people that stop you in the grocery store and say, we lost our son and we played the dance at his funeral. That's what the music's supposed to do. On these award shows, for me, the coolest thing about the award is have they ever given it away before? And whose names have received it? I think that was the thing about the Gershwin and the Kennedy Center. Just the list of names that came before. That now, because of fate, God, the people, you get to be part of that list.
Garth's unprecedented 7th CMA Entertainer of the Year Award.
How many of you guys can say 7? 7! I want to hear 7! 7! That's right, baby. Get ready, because you know what you've done. Every time you step out there, you create history. Every time you go to bat, you go where nobody else has gone before, man. Enjoy it. You're the 7th time Entertainers of the Year!
Number one rule in entertaining. The fan should always live in the moment. The entertainer should live in the moment just before. I think when it comes to entertainment, I think I probably share a different view than any other entertainer. When I look at entertainers, I look at showmen. I look at men and women who can make the places quiet as a church and make it loud, who entertain you, who can't take your eyes off of them. I never look at me that way. I still don't understand that nobody else has caught on yet. How, for 100 years being on stage, could nobody see that the guy that's having the most fun in the building is this guy? So I don't look at that as an entertainer. I look at it as somebody that just comes out and does what they do. I don't know who got the credit for it, but they say there are people that come out and play in front of an audience. That's called an entertainer. A good entertainer knows what the audience wants. Whether the entertainer wants to do it or not, a good entertainer gives the audience what they want. But a great entertainer is someone that is so lucky that what the people want is exactly what the entertainer wants to do. I'm one of those lucky guys. For some reason, just this heavy cowboy dude hopping all over the stage, letting the music take wherever he wants to. For some reason, they make me feel that that's what they came to see. And I can give them that till the day I die.
The Anthology Part VI, The Comeback, the next 5 years, tells Garth's stories in music and memories from those who were there.
When we talk about things, wrapping things up, I think as an artist gets older, there's always that question of when is the last thing you're going to do? I don't think I ever want to say that. Retired once, and God and the people were sweet enough to let me come back. I decided then I would never use the retire word again. Time is going to do what time is going to do. I'm just lucky to have the chapters in my life. So when I say this wraps it up, it does kind of wrap it up. It's everything from dive bars to stadiums. Is there life after this? Only God and the people know that. If there is for me, buckle up. This is my life. This is what God and the people have allowed me to do. I can't thank you enough, not just for Anthology 6. How about the 5 before that? What the future is, who knows? But I can tell you this. If I wake up in the morning, I got a job to do, and I'm going to have fun doing it.
Every comeback has a story. Experience every moment, every song. Garth Brooks, Anthology Part VI. 6 discs, 60 songs. More than 150 behind-the-scenes photos. Stories, stadiums, dive bars, Las Vegas, and more. It's easy to order. Just hit the shop button on TalkShopLive or comment the word shop on Facebook or Instagram to receive a link in your DMs to purchase. Get yours today.